8:08 a.m. September 16th, 2025, Tuesday. I'm a little tired. I'm making sure that nothing's in my teeth. To be or not to be? The aspects of not losing myself. I feel like I needed to hear my voice this morning. So here I am. Before I go to meet up with a friend and do a little work/study sesh. Okay, hello collective, it's Kai. Whoever may be viewing this video, this is a video log, so please use your discernment when you're watching my content, since I am only sharing my experience. Matter of opinion, or maybe a matter of fact. Because I feel that lately I've been really understanding what it feels like and looks like to partake and participate in ways that actually align with me. And I was watching this video and this lady was talking about how when you start to overthink, that's when you start to go against your intuition. And I realized how true that statement is. And so I decided to literally have faith in my intuition, to have trust in my intuition on the ways that things are naturally working out, not me forcing something to occur. And when I say forcing something, I mean honestly anything that includes another person. Because I can't control another person. And so it's interesting because it is kind of like this foundation of loving myself, but more so believing in myself. And it like intermingles in every single aspect, whether it comes to something between me and a friend, or me and someone I'm interested in, or me and my workplace, you know? And so I think the best thing is by being myself, I can show people who I truly am. Doesn't mean that they're gonna perceive me in the ways that I see myself, right? Like one thing that I might do, oh my God, I had this smoothie and it's like, it's still in my throat. But I really do feel that lately I've been understanding the importance of valuing myself, like putting myself first in situations where I usually didn't, because I want to make a different choice. I would like things to feel a little differently. I'd like to set myself up, in other words, for success. And it's not to say that I need to succeed in terms of the outcome must always be something that's, how do I describe that? Like, rewardful. And so I don't know if you maybe think about this too, where it's kind of, I literally was thinking about how like it's so interesting when you're drawn to someone. Like that concept is so interesting to me, and that's why I'm fucking studying psychology, to work towards something that I will not say right now, but I'm working towards something. And to connect with people and understand. But for me, one of the biggest topics that I've always found interesting, and I guess experiences too, but I haven't been with someone in like a while, and it's not to say that I haven't like flirted with people or that things haven't progressed in that department, but not to be vague, but I am practicing abstinence. So it's it's interesting that I find myself in this place where I am opening myself up and really seeing myself do things that it's not like I didn't do them in the past, but now it's a lot more intentional. Like I feel like I'm more of myself when I'm doing it, whether it is like something as simple as flirting or opening my mind up to the idea of something being successful and working out, and like it's almost like actually letting myself hope for like more and desiring more. And it's interesting because I was speaking to someone about how like in the spiritual community there was this whole thing where people were saying, well, not just spiritual people, but that's just what I've been consuming, right? And so they would say like being Delulu is a Salulu, and I don't feel like that's what manifestation is. I don't feel like that's actually the solution for myself. So I always kind of was wondering like, okay, well, if you're deluded, then how much are you willing to see the reality for what it is? And I say this because consent is so important. And so that in itself is kind of like letting people have their free will to choose. Therefore, how okay am I with someone who chooses deliberately for themselves, right? Like chooses the best option for themselves, where just for example, they might reject me, right? That might be the best choice for someone that they decide. So who am I to say like that, you know, I'm gonna delude myself into thinking like other things. They might have a billion infinite like possibilities as to why or what, and I don't know, I just found that to be so interesting. And so I'm here and I'm just kind of like taking space for myself because I like don't know when I went to bed last night, but I woke up early and I do have to wake up early tomorrow, and I'm like, my body's setting me up for success. Like I want to focus on getting more sleep, so tonight I do need to go to bed after work, so then therefore I'm going to potentially work out before I go to work. And it's like all these little components, right? And so it's really valuing every single day, because you know when you look forward to something and you're like, oh my god, I can't wait until it's Friday and like blah blah blah, and it's like, well, there's so many days in between. Like that's just something that came up for me because I was like, excuse me, I was like, wow, I really need to value my time, because if I really want to welcome someone into my life where it's not like where I can say to them like, oh, I value my time. I mean like I'll literally show them, because it's my own way of life. And yesterday I was waiting for my friends to get to the rock climbing place that I was letting them into my gym. And so I was waiting for them, and I realized like an old part of me would have been so frustrated when people wouldn't arrive on the dot. I forgot it's trash day. But then I realized like, what the fuck? Like I'm literally doing something right now. Like why am I so focused on these future things when it's going to work out? It's going to splendidly work out. We actually did a whole circuit and like upstairs to like actually work out, and I liked it because I haven't worked out in a whole week since I was on my period. I always rest on my period. So it's like those kinds of things, right? Like just moving towards spending time with myself in interactions and connections. And especially as someone, like I'm only going to speak from my experience, like as someone who used to be very codependent and like, and I mean like years ago, you know, and like from that point after I like let those relationships go, I kind of walked towards this version of myself. And then I realized therefore 180 degrees switch. It's like, wow, like I actually really fucking depend on myself to show up. And it's like sometimes I need more rest, sometimes I need more alone time so that I can fuel myself so I can source from me and therefore pour into others. And I don't mean like to fulfill them, but to like just share, to commune. And I'm like, whenever I get excited about, like I noticed, I was telling you guys that like I'm figuring out how I feel about this person, but like I already know. Like I already know. And I'm not saying like, oh, I have so deep feelings for this person. No, I mean like literally I just know how I feel. And it's funny, the moment I accept that and I don't like deny that, I just let it go and I don't think about it anymore. And that's how I know. And so therefore I'm gonna leave it at that, because I've already pushed back the me time with my friend, and I want to record for you guys. I wanted to share because it'd be cool as fuck if this person did something, which I shall not say, because you never know, and I could be totally just, I don't know what the fuck is going on in their world. I don't know, just gotta do it my way. I just definitely gotta do it my way. Not my way or the highway, but like my way for me, because if I try to do things in a more like, I don't know, I'll explain it a little bit, but like if I do things in a way that's like I think that other people would do or are more open to, then it's just me and like me misaligning myself, you know? And it's like that's just not it, okay? Because I've honestly, this is the different choice that I'm talking about. Like 180, I was depending on how other people responded to me, and then therefore that's also another aspect of just me caring about how someone perceives me. But then in reality, it's like, no, I have to be aligned with myself. So am I okay with being rejected? Yes. Am I also okay with being able to maintain professional boundaries with this person? Yes. So it's like asking myself those questions, you know? Any question that I'm trying to ask another person, it's like, truly, am I asking myself, like, am I ready for a relationship? Like, would this progress past friendship? Like, or would it even get to friendship? Like, would this be someone that I actually can be friends with? That's also really, really key for me right now. And so I'm just kind of like in this nice little space right now where I'm just feeling very attracted to myself. And it's so nice because, especially being a woman in a feminine body who identifies with the feminine energy, it's like, and who's spectrosexual, like, fuck. Sorry, I like really just let that out so naturally. I just like can't explain how natural it is for me to be attracted and drawn to people. And then therefore, so, well, now it's like I'm turning my attention into seeing myself like that, as an attractive person, as an attractive being, and not just letting that be something that I view in other people. I don't know if that's correlated to level of self-esteem or confidence or whatever, but either way, I do feel that this is just feeling really fucking different. Whatever, I don't know what's gonna happen. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm gonna end it there. I'm sending you guys so much love and support. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being you, and thank you for being alive. Bye, collective.